Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Man in Marvel. My younger brother is Spider-Man crossing the Marvel Universe. Fang Bing initially only wanted to be an ordinary person with peace of mind. After lying peacefully for a lifetime, I never expected to become the big brother of Spider-Man. Fortunately, Fang Bing has a food generator and the ability to draw on diners. Magneto's magnetic field control. To star. Stark's super intelligence. Domino's luck. Sky's shockwave ability. The chaos magic of the Crimson Witch. Green Demon, although Aunt May is a Virgin Mary, please go ahead. Beehive, I heard you're going to turn all humanity into aliens. Have you asked me for my approval to implement family planning? Arisum, are you gods destroying the earth just to cultivate the gods' children? What do you want to eat? This book is also known as Marvel Kitchen Gods Food Daily. My identity as a boss was exposed by Peter Parker, and Marvel Beauty Collection Guide. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. What Gods Want. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Where is this? Fang Bing struggled to open her eyes and looked around. I found myself lying on the ground of a dim alley. My thoughts froze for a second. Oh, I'm still in this damn world. Fang Bing is not an indigenous person of this world. 17 years ago. He traveled to a newborn orphan. Adopting by a family in Queens, New York. Because the family's economic conditions are still good, life is not difficult. Except for occasionally being robbed with a gun in the back, everything else is quite beautiful. Oh no, I was robbed again. Fang Bing patted the ashes, rubbed the slightly painful back of her head, and stood up. He was blocked again on his way home from school today. It's okay if the money is stolen, and in the end, it's knocked unconscious. It's simply unbearable. Fang Bing can only endure it. The robbers are numerous and have guns. Although I often exercise and have a relatively strong physique, I am unable to resist firearms. The alarm is even more useless. There are too many incidents like this happening every day in New York that the police can't even control. Never mind, let's go home. Aunt May should be in a hurry. Fang Bing limped out of the alley. In order not to worry his family, he returned home as if nothing had happened. Brother, why did you come back? I can't even beat this level. Come and help me. As soon as he entered the house, little Peter, who was playing Nintendo in front of the TV, waved and started shouting. Look at me. Fang Bing smiled and took the controller to join the battle. Little Peter's full name is Peter Parker. He is Aunt May's nephew and was adopted by her since childhood. He is only 9 years old this year. Fang Bing just crossed the river not long ago. I began to suspect that this was Marvel World. It's Aunt May again, and it's Peter Parker from Queens, New York. This is too coincidental. Until he found out that there was a company in the world called Stark Industries. Only then did I confirm that I had truly traveled to the Marvel Universe. And she was also adopted by Spider-Man's Aunt May, becoming Spider-Man's brother. After Fang Bing confirmed this message. I'm just lying in a big groove in my heart. It's not because of surprise. But it's a shock. Is Marvel Universe a place that ordinary people can stay in? Among the 5 great creation gods, Swallow Star treats the planet like a candy bean. There are various evil forces causing trouble every day, and if not careful, it will be the end of the world. This is not a place for people to stay. In his past life, Fang Bing was also a Marvel fan, and when watching movies and TV shows, he only felt very satisfied. But I really came into this world. After careful consideration, extremely scared. As a person with no abilities, no systems, and no golden fingers. What if my younger brother is Spider-Man? Fang Bing doesn't think little Peter can protect himself in the future. The fact is that Aunt May ultimately died in front of Spider-Man. As a superhero's family, it's even more dangerous than ordinary people. Fortunately, it's only 2009 now. Tony Stark has not yet become Iron Man. There are still 2 years left until aliens invade New York. Otherwise, Fang Bing should consider fleeing New York and finding a place to take refuge now. After all, little Peter and Aunt May will definitely not have any problems, but as an outsider, I can't say for sure. You two have played and eaten. Although Aunt May is almost 40 years old, she still has a beautiful appearance and a charming figure. She walked to the restaurant and placed the fried beef on the dining table. Little Peter reluctantly put down the handle and turned his head to mutter softly, "When will you make boiled beef again, Fang Bing?" Fang Bing hasn't had a chance to speak yet. Aunt May, who had excellent hearing, was not happy at first and asked angrily, "Little Peter, are you thinking that the food I made is not delicious?" "No, no, no. It's delicious. Aunt May, the dish you made is the best in the world." Little Peter quickly denied it and even flattered with a long string of rainbow farts. Aunt May smiled and gave him a white glance. "Your brother is better at cooking than me, but now that he's in high school, how can he have so much time to cook for you every day?" Fang Bing was a foodie in his past life and had a lot of experience in cooking. After showing off a few tricks at home before, little Peter started to crave the dishes made by Fang Fong. All right, I'll do it for you when I don't have classes on Sunday." Little Peter and Aunt May exchanged a glance at each other and slapped each other. Fang Bing smiled helplessly. Once again caught in the trap, but he was willing to do so. After all, he only has these two relatives in this world. After finishing dinner, the three of them finished packing up the dishes and sat together on the sofa watching TV. Fang Bing suddenly noticed a news flash on TV. Tony Stark, CEO of Stark Industries, was kidnapped by terrorists in the Middle East. Aunt May, holding a remote control, kept changing channels without any pause. The future Spider-Man Peter is still shouting next to him to watch cartoons. Only Fang Bing knows that it's starting, the world is going to be in chaos. It's time to prepare for shelter myself. High school is already the last year, and it's time to go to college this year. Go to a remote state university and stay away from the disaster center of New York. Otherwise, what can I do without my golden finger? Ding. Detected that the main event in this world is active, system activated. A mechanical sound suddenly came to my mind. Fang Bingy, who was wandering outside the sky with a righteous soul, stood up with a stirring spirit. Lying trough. 17 years. When I had already adapted to an ordinary life, my golden finger came. What's wrong with you? Aunt May looked at Fang Bing, who suddenly stood up and asked. It's nothing, I remember there's still one homework to do today, so I'll go back to my room first. Excited, he left the living room and returned to his own bedroom. Reverse lock the door. Sitting in front of the desk, start checking the system that just appeared. The function is very simple, he quickly figured it out. This system only provides one thing. A food generator that allows gods to indulge in their own desires. Chapter 2. A bold idea. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fang Bing reached out his hand. A beautiful tray with a round lid appeared in my hand. According to the system introduction, this tray can follow Fang Feng's ideas. Generate any food out of thin air. The delicious food produced has a strong attraction to any living organism. Diners can slightly improve their physical fitness after eating. First-time consumption. Fang Bing has the ability to randomly draw diners with 100% chance. After each consumption, Fang Bing still has a 1% chance to draw other abilities from the diner. Neo Pai. Fang Bing sighed. He can't wait to give it a try. But who should we try? Superheroes. I don't know anyone. Oh right, little Peter. But he hasn't been bitten by spiders yet and hasn't become Spider-Man. Alien race. Mutants. Eternal race. He is temporarily out of touch. What should I do? How to quickly improve your strength? Fang Bing was thinking at lightning speed in her mind. After thinking for a while, a sudden inspiration flashed. He had a bold idea. I really want to give it a try. Balaba little demon immortal. Change. Morning shameful lines. Of course, the lines are not important, they were added by him himself. A thought moved in my mind. My hands suddenly felt heavy. At this moment, Fang Bing's mood was even more excited than driving with a girl. Unable to wait, the round lid of the tray was lifted. There is an extra plate filled with cat food in the tray. The grains are round and fragrant. Fang Bing couldn't help but curiously pick up one and taste it. Well, the needle is good, it tastes like fish and crispy. Put away the arbitrary food generator that God wants. Picking up the plate of cat food, Fang Bing walked out of the bedroom. Arriving at the living room, I found that little Peter and Aunt May had already taken a liking to cat and mouse. Peter, where's our little kitten? Upon hearing these words, little Peter still stared intently at the TV. I just pointed my hand into my arms. Fang Bing looked up and saw a white fat cat sleeping soundly in little Peter's arms. I just wanted to call it. But unexpectedly, the fat cat sniffled in little Peter's arms and suddenly opened its eyes. Soon it locked in the source of the fragrance. Peter struggled to jump out of his arms since childhood. I ran to Fang Bing's feet, rubbing against his legs while constantly meowing. Even attempting to jump up and pull the plate from Fang Bing's hand. Wait for Fang Bing to place the plate on the ground. It couldn't wait to whine and eat. In no time, a plate of cat food was eaten completely. Watching the fat cat licking the plate intoxicated. Fang Bing is grateful. Fortunately, this plate is a regular tableware that is generated every time delicious food is made. Otherwise, it would be disgusting. When the kitten finished eating, the system also provided the abilities that this fat cat had, as expected by Fang Bing. This cat can do anything except catch mice. Super hearing LV3, this cat's hearing is 3 times that of humans. Night vision LV6, this cat's night vision ability is 6 times that of humans. Super olfactory LV7, this male cat can smell a female cat in heat from hundreds of meters away. Super reaction LV7, this cat's reaction speed is 7 times faster than humans. Catwalk LV5, this cat has an elegant walking posture and a reduced walking sound. Selling cute LV5, when this cat is hungry, it will turn to its owner to sell cuteness and deceive food. Fang Bing looked at the 10 or so abilities listed by the system and was a bit dumbfounded. What are these things? How could there be so many? Looking at those bizarre abilities, Fang Fong almost couldn't help but slap the cat's head. It's quite difficult to draw useful abilities from the first time with around 10 abilities. At this moment, Fang Fong just hopes not to come up and play cute. Extract. Congratulations. You have obtained Super Reaction LV7, Fang Bing's heart suddenly relaxed. I didn't expect to win his most desired ability on the first attempt. A stream of heat flashed through my body. He felt as if his body was a bit different. Fang Bing suddenly reached out and grabbed in the air. Open your hands. A mosquito was killed in the palm of its hand. The reaction speed has really improved. But Fang Bing felt that this was not her limit. Ordinary people have 7 times the ability to react. What is catching a mosquito? After the US team injected super serum, the physical fitness has only increased by 5 times. Although I am still an ordinary person in other aspects now. But the pure reaction speed should have already surpassed that of the US team. Where did I buy this cat food? The kitten likes it so much, why don't we exchange it for this one in the future? May, who had been watching the fat cat licking the plate on the side for a long time, asked. Fang Bing smiled and said, "No need, I have already bought a bag for it. It's enough for it to eat for a long time." Aunt May didn't say much after listening. After all, Fang Bing is already 17 years old and has his own pocket money. He is willing to use his pocket money to buy cat food for his family's kittens. Not for buying alcohol and smoking marijuana. This has already made Aunt May very happy. Fang Bing returned to the bedroom and closed the door. He found an empty large plastic bag. Summon the food generator and start making unlimited cat food. Pour each dish into a plastic bag. The plastic bag was soon filled. Pick it up. It weighs about 10 pounds. It's completely enough for that fat cat to eat for a month. Although it eats cat food made by itself, there is only a 1% chance that it can extract its abilities. But Fang Bing believes in feeding a few more meals a day. A month later, its other useful abilities should also be drawn. As for drawing too many useless abilities, don't worry. It has been learned through the system. He can freely control whether the abilities he has acquired are activated or not. Draw useless abilities such as catching mice and being cute. Just disable it directly. Lying in bed. He hasn't started thinking about the next steps yet. But suddenly realized something was wrong. What should I do with this pile of empty plates, sleeping trough? Fang Bing scratched her head as she looked at the piles of empty plates made along with cat food on the ground. Chapter 3. Zhongcheng High School. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. A food generator, which is the tray with a round lid. When making delicious food, Fang Bing can actually choose tableware. For example, a soup. You can choose to pack it in a basin. Pack in a bowl. Fill with a cup. Even packed in plastic bags. But because it was my first time using it, I had no experience. So he was not aware of this issue. If I had known this, I should have directly chosen to use plastic bags as tableware. I have no choice but to secretly take out the plate and throw it away. Can't you tell Aunt May that she bought hundreds of plates in one go and came back? Or a plate with a smell of cat food. As for telling Aunt May and Peter directly that they have acquired special abilities, Fang Bing didn't even think about it. The fewer people are destined to know about this matter, the better. How much trouble did Spider-Man cause when his identity was exposed later? Even if you want to expose yourself, you still need to be strong enough. Hide all the plates in the cardboard box under the bed. Fang Bingkai breathed a sigh of relief. How should we continue to improve our abilities next? He lay in bed reminiscing carefully about the Marvel universe he had learned in his past life. The superheroes of the comeback are just beginning to emerge. It is difficult to gain abilities from them recently. Most of the alien race is still living in the invisible city of Atalango on the far side of the moon. A small portion is led by Jiaying and will live in seclusion in the afterlife. In the afterlife, Fang Bing has no idea where it is. Even if he knew, he wouldn't dare to go now. Mutants hide among the masses. It's worth considering setting up a stall or opening a restaurant outside. If you're lucky enough to run into a few mutants, you'll get fired. As for the Eternal Clan, Fang Feng remembers that in the movie he had just watched before traveling, there was a person whose position was quite clear. Cece, the ability is to manipulate material transformations. It is possible to convert any substance into other substances. Turn soil into gold, turn bombs into roses. I should be working at a history museum in the country where the sun never sets. But if you want to find her, you can't do it yet. The biggest problem for Fang Bing now is that he doesn't have money. In this era, no matter what you want to do, you need money. Without money, it's difficult to do anything. Although he has some pocket money every month, he can't save much of it. Plus, occasionally being robbed by thugs. Currently, I have only saved over $300. This is also due to his excellent virtue of saving money as a Chinese. So Fang Bing quickly identified the two current goals. Firstly, we need to continue to feed animals and acquire the special abilities they possess. Secondly, make money. The next morning. Today is Friday. Fang Bing still needs to go to school. When he turned 16 last year, he obtained a driver's license, but could only drive with an adult accompanying him. So Aunt May hasn't bought him a car yet. However, Aunt May has promised to buy him a used Ford for transportation in 2 months when Fang Bing obtains his official driver's license. As for now, he chooses to take public transportation to school every day. The high school he attended is called Nakagi High School. This school is also quite famous in Marvel Universe. Later on, superheroes such as Peter Spider-Man and Jessica Jones attended this school. But now, the future Spider-Man is still a 5th grade elementary school monk. Arrived at school. Take advantage of your lunch break. He walked to the small forest next to the school. I want to find a little bird to feed on. But it was discovered that there was already a person feeding the birds in the forest. Fang Bing didn't care. This is a public area, it's normal for someone to be there. Squatting down, he took out the specially prepared bird food from his pocket and scattered it on the ground. The few birds on the trees around quickly smelled the scent. Chattering and flying to the ground to peck at food. Hello, I'm Matthew from Class 2, Grade 10. Just as Fang Bing was waiting for the system to provide feedback on the bird's ability. The person who fed the bird with his back to him before greeted him. Fang Bing finally realized that this person was actually wearing sunglasses and holding a blind cane in his hand. Matthew. Blind people. How do you feel so familiar? Lying trough. Fang Bing remembered. He is the night demon hero. Unexpectedly, there will be demons in the famous Hell Kitchen in the future. Blind lawyer Matthew Merck. Surprisingly, he is his own junior. Lighthouse High School is a 4-year program, with students entering 9th grade and graduating from 12th grade high school. Fang Bing is in 12th grade this year. The Night Demon Warrior is actually in the same high school as himself, and is even 2 years younger than himself. Watching Matthew extend his hand for a long time. Fang Bing reached out and grasped it. Calm down. Hello, I'm Fang Bing from Class 3, Grade 12. Matthew smiled friendly. May I ask where you bought your bird food? I think birds love it very much. Fang Bing finally understood the reason why Matthew took the initiative to greet him. I didn't buy this, I made it myself. If you want, I can give you some. When Fang Bingxin realized that the person in front of him was the future Night Demon Warrior, he felt extremely excited. The excitement is not because he admires the Night Demon. Although Matthew is quite handsome, at least he is also an old man. Fang Bing hasn't bent yet. Excited because Nightmare and Spider-Man are different. Spider-Man Peter only gained his abilities when he was bitten by a spider in high school. And Matthew, on the other hand, had already awakened his abilities when he was a child, blinded by chemical substances. This means that Matthew now has that kind of abnormal hearing. Fang Bing can now obtain this ability from him. Not only that, Matthew was trained by a stick old man since he was young. His melee combat ability is also top-notch. Thank you so much. Matthew was very happy. No trouble, I'll do some this Sunday and give it to you next Monday. Fang Bing wished he could take out a chicken roll now and stuff it into Matthew's mouth. But he knows things can't be done this way, it's urgent. Chapter 4. True White, True Big. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Although Matthew is only in high school now. But he's not easy to fool. It is very likely that they have already started practicing chivalry and righteousness in the kitchen of hell. He has a high level of vigilance. It can also be achieved by listening to a person's heartbeat. To determine whether a person is lying. Moreover, Fang Bing cannot guarantee that he will get Matthew's abnormal hearing on the first attempt. This matter still needs to be carefully planned. Make friends first, and once you have a connection, come and go. Are you still afraid of not being able to successfully feed? Besides, Fang Bing has secretly made a century egg lean meat congee this morning, and has tasted it himself. I found that it is indeed as described in the system. Extremely delicious and attractive. He believes in normal circumstances. No one can refuse this delicious taste. After Matthew thanked him, he left with a blind cane. Don't forget to pretend not to know the way when you leave. Hold the blind cane and explore the way left and right. Fang Bing knows with Matthew's hearing. It can completely detect everything around it. You can even hear voices from miles away. Look at him pretending. I couldn't help but feel amused. But I don't want to expose him yet. Can only hold back a smile. Watching him leave. Ability reading completed. After Matthew left, Fang Bing shifted his attention to the system. The birds have finished their bird food. This bird is very good at catching insects. Supervision LV2. This bird has good eyesight during the day. Night blindness LV3. This bird is blind when it gets dark. Spread wings flight LV6. This bird has a pair of strong wings and flies very fast. Nest building LV5. This bird is proficient in carrying grass to build its nest. The parrot's tongue is very stiff and it has not learned anything. Woodpecker LV4. This woodpecker is skilled at catching insects from trees. Fang Bing was speechless after reading it. Because this time it was a group of birds feeding together. Most of them are sparrows, there is also a parrot and a woodpecker. But what kind of messy abilities does this give? Originally, Fang Bing did not have high expectations for feeding birds. I just came to try because birds can fly. But looking at the spreading wings and flying related to flight, Fang Bing felt that he might have miscalculated this time. Just draw directly. Congratulations on obtaining the insect catching LV4. Congratulations on obtaining night blindness LV3. Congratulations on obtaining nest building LV5. Congratulations on obtaining the wing spread flight LV6. Congratulations on obtaining supervision LV2. Congratulations on obtaining supervision LV2. A total of 7 birds, 8 bird food. Fang Bing also gained 7 abilities at once. Those useless abilities are directly blocked. Only wingspan flight and supervision remain. Fang Fong spread his wings and tried flying. It's really useless. Because he doesn't have wings. As for supervision, it gave him a surprise. Because of his supervision, he drew LV2 twice. Choose supervision LV2 have been upgraded to synthesized supervision LV3. So his available abilities are as follows. Prop. A food generator that allows gods to indulge in their desires. Ability. Super reaction LV7, supervision LV3. After obtaining supervision, Fang Bing found that his vision had indeed greatly improved. He can clearly see the depths of the small forest 300 meters away. A couple is engaged in a passionate and intense battle. On the rooftop of the teaching building 800 meters away. A handsome blonde man is passionately kissing his black boyfriend. Ugh. Unable to bear to look directly. Fang Bing began to doubt whether obtaining this supervision was a blessing or a curse. However, after turning around again and admiring the battle of intestines deep in the woods, his injured soul was quickly healed. TSK. What a big deal. Fang Bing, who had never driven meat in his life, dared not look much and only squatted for an hour before leaving. School is over tonight. Fang Fong picked up his backpack and left the school. Follow the daily route towards the bus stop. As we approached the alley where we were robbed yesterday, he saw several thugs at the nearby street corner from a distance. It was yesterday who snatched the money and knocked out his own group of people. Gather together happily and smoke. Of course, it may also be marijuana. Fang Bing did not choose to take a different route to avoid it. Based on his experience, he just dealt with himself yesterday. I shouldn't snatch myself again today. Because there is no oil or water left. But Fang Bing didn't dodge, not because of this. But he wants these people to pay the price. I swallowed my anger before because I didn't have the ability to resist. But now I have 7 times the reaction speed of a normal human. I am already confident in dealing with these people. Take the exit cover from the bag and put it on to cover your face. He also covered his forehead with a jumpsuit hat on his hoodie. Continue walking forward without haste or delay. Step by step. Soon, Fang Bing walked to the street corner. Pretending nothing happened, as if I hadn't seen these people, I walked straight into the nearby alley. A few hooligans on the street corner looked at Fang Bing's back. Noa Noa mouth. Then followed Fang Bing into the alley. The leader is a black man with dirty braids, dressed in hip-hop jeans. Entering the alley, I saw the silly fat sheep standing still ahead. I thought Fang Bing was afraid and didn't dare to leave. With an arrogant smile, he took out a Beretta 92F pistol from his arms. Take 2 steps forward and prepare to point a gun at your waist, threatening to extort money. This is his usual trick. He likes to see people shivering when they are held up to their waist by a gun. Several other thugs also followed closely behind the black man with dirty braids. They are still holding baseball bats and knives in their hands. They all looked smiling, ready to watch the good play. But what they didn't expect was, I haven't waited for the pistol to hit my waist yet. Black people with dirty braids were kicked back to the ground. The gun in my hand has also been taken away. Looking at the gun barrel pointing back at the dark hole of myself and others. The hooligans almost scared themselves to pee. They only have that gun among them. I bought it by robbing students with money every now and then. Pop it. Pop it. A group of people knelt down very aware of the current situation. Give us a break, you can do whatever you want, don't shoot. Note. Chapter 5 has been temporarily banned. If you can't read it, please wait a moment. We also request a fresh flower ticket. Thank you. Chapter 5. Society dies with no salvation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Shut up. Fang Bing let out a cold scolding. Scared, several thugs quickly shut their mouths. I dare not make any sound again. Afraid of the next second of speaking. Be taken down by the person in front of you. Now, I say you do it. I'll break the leg that's slow. Although everyone doesn't know what will happen next. But for now, we can only nod repeatedly. First, take off your clothes and put all the cash on your body into this bag. Fang Bing threw out a plastic bag and pointed a gun at these people, shouting. Several young thugs showed a displeased expression. But I dare not delay at all. What's losing face when you're naked? Dare to leave a trace of your life at risk. Not a few minutes. There were several more men in the alley who were completely naked. Fang Bing instructed them to continue kneeling on the ground. Took the bag containing cash. These money were obtained by extorting passers-by. Among them is a portion of Fang Bing. After counting, the total is only $800. What a group of poor ghosts. I guess all the money was spent on smoking marijuana. Have you ever shed the rooster's fur? Next, you two will start performing together. Fang Bing's gaze gestured downwards and he chuckled. With one hand holding a gun, the other hand took out the phone of the black man with dirty braids as the leader. Aiming at the trembling thugs in front of him, he pressed the video button. The thugs are really hesitating now. This kind of thing needs to be recorded, but it will be embarrassing for a lifetime. I count to 3, if I don't start yet. With a light floating sentence from Fang Bing. The thugs collectively fought a cold war. Subsequently, they began to form teams in pairs and started working face-to-face. Why did you act so harshly? It hurts so much. You're even harder. I'll pull it out. This is unfair. Enjoying the pleasure of revenge, Fang Bing suddenly heard an disharmonious voice. What, do you want to die? Fang Bing asked coldly. No, I don't want to die, I just want to report it. Report what? Fang Bing asked, somewhat puzzled. He doesn't have any hair. I'm going to die of pain, but he's fine. It's unfair. The reported thug pointed at the person opposite him and shouted. Fang Bing almost burst into laughter upon hearing this. Hurry up and hold it back. Otherwise, if it disrupts the atmosphere, it won't be good. Then you can pull out his hair. Half an hour later, Fang Feng walked out of the alley. I casually threw their clothes and the pistol into the sewer. Leaving gracefully. A group of bald chickens in the alley, eager to cry without tears. Especially the black people with dirty braids leading the way. Watch the videos that have already been sent out in groups on your phone. I have already decided in my heart. From then on, he left this sad place of New York undercover. After all, even without hair, it will still grow. Society is dead, hopeless. Manhattan. Near a famous martial arts school. There is an additional folding table and a chair on the roadside. There is a pile of packaged Mexican chicken rolls on the table. There are probably dozens of them. Emitting a strange fragrance. On the stool sat a person wearing a hood, sunglasses, and mask. Cross-legged, long pressed like to a short video that is rapidly becoming popular. The people who quickly came out of the martial arts school were gradually attracted to this simple booth. A sturdy man stood at the table and sniffled. Drool almost flowed out. I looked at the vendor sitting on the stool, tightly wrapped and without revealing his true face. I doubt in my heart why this person should be wrapped so tightly. Is there a problem with the chicken roll? But the scent soon shattered his rationality. Forget it, even if I'm poisoned, I still want to taste this fragrant chicken roll. What exactly does it taste like? I looked at the wooden boards inserted on the stall. The price is written on it. Delicious chicken rolls, $100 each. Unconsciously, my heart twitched again. Damn it, your chicken roll is dozens of times more expensive than others. But there is no hesitation in hand. I took out a 100 yuan bill from my pocket and threw it into the cardboard box. Then quickly picked up a chicken roll and opened the packaging paper. Standing in place, he started eating big mouthfuls. Oh my goodness. What kind of fairy chicken roll is this? How could it be so delicious? Less than half a minute. A half-pound chicken roll disappeared. Another one. The strong man threw down another 100 yuan and picked up a chicken roll to continue eating. Many people came to the small stall one after another. Most of them come out of martial arts schools. Attracted by the aroma of food. They were just like that strong man at the beginning. Looking at the vendor who didn't show his true face, he felt puzzled. But soon they couldn't resist the temptation of delicious food. They all threw down their money. Swallow it down like a wolf. Fang Bing remained silent. Because he has received a system message. We can proceed with the ability lottery now. Smith John. This man is basically proficient in Sonda LV5. This man can satisfy any wealthy woman without using a steel wire ball. This man has excellent skills in sexual intercourse. Muay Thai LV6, this man's Muay Thai is perfect. This man's tuning technique is superb. This man often keeps small blue pills as hard as iron. LV 0.5. Fang Bing, wearing sunglasses, looked at the strong man with a smile on his face. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. On the outside, it looks strong and powerful, but it withers at a young age. But look at his other abilities, so superb. Fang Bing doesn't need to guess why he withered. Go ahead. Congratulations on obtaining Sonda LV5, not bad. Although Fang Bing is also quite interested in certain abilities of this person. But what he needs most now is to improve his combat effectiveness. Setting up a stall near the martial arts school is also a good consideration. Now Fang Bing has 7 times the reaction ability of an ordinary person. So what else is missing? Lack of physical fitness and fighter skills. The ability related to physical fitness is not easily obtainable now. But combat skills are easy to obtain. Because repetitive abilities can be integrated and upgraded. Chapter 6. Mysterious Guests. You are listening at novelfull.audio. And Fang Bing did indeed take this step right. Half an hour later. The chicken rolls on the table have been swept away. There is also an extra $5,000 in the cardboard box. Money is not the key. Ability is the key. Although 50 chicken rolls were purchased repeatedly. It also gave Fang Bing more than 30 opportunities to draw abilities. The diners are mostly coaches and students of this martial arts school. The acquired abilities mainly focus on melee combat. Sonda LV10, your Sonda skills have been greatly improved. Muay Thai LV10, your Muay Thai skills have been greatly improved. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu LV10, your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has been perfected. Numerous low-level abilities have merged into these 3 full-level abilities for Fang Bing. These 3 full skill abilities have merged again. Master-level Fighting LV3, your fighting ability has surpassed the vast majority of people in the world. Except for those disabled skills that have been blocked. Fang Bing also gained some other abilities. Proficient in Russian LV5, your Russian has reached the level of your mother tongue. Proficient in Japanese LV7, your Japanese proficiency has surpassed most people. Guitar LV8, your guitar playing skills have reached perfection. These non-combat abilities are also very useful for the opponent Bing. After obtaining a large amount of knowledge about these abilities flooded into my mind. From then on, Fang Bing was no longer a young man who could only understand Yao Liao Dai and the Dead Warehouse. He is very satisfied with today's receipt. It only took less than an hour. I have gained so much money and ability. The key is whether the food generator produces food or whether it is completely out of thin air without consumption. It's simply amazing. A true master of prostitution. Boss, are you still here tomorrow? Some ate a chicken roll. The person who didn't buy the second one. It's still a bit smooth to the taste. But found out that the diners had already sold out. Still reluctant to part ways, gathered in front of the booth. I can't say for sure, those who have fate will get it. Fang Bing casually replied. Waved his hand and sent these people away. The diners had no choice but to leave. He began to tidy up the table and chairs. Get ready to go home. The sun has set, leaving only the afterglow. Look at the time, it's almost 7 o'clock. Fang Bing has promised to personally cook tonight. Make a delicious meal for Peter and Aunt May to satisfy their cravings. If you don't leave, you won't be able to catch up. Not waiting for Fang Bing to finish tidying up. Facing the afterglow of the sunset. A woman wearing a long robe and a hood walked up to the stall. Hello, do you still have the food you sell? The woman put down her hood. Fang Bing just discovered. Turns out she's bald. Koichi. Earth Supreme Master. He recognized it at a glance. The person standing in front of me is none other than Kama Taja's Koichi. The supreme mage who defends the earth from harm from other dimensions. What did she come to find herself for? Did you realize that you don't belong to this world? To exile oneself. Or perhaps to eliminate the instability factor of our future. Fang Bing felt uneasy inside. But he dared not show any hint on his face. Force yourself to quickly calm down. Also, replied calmly after speaking, he stopped tidying up the table and chairs. I took out the 2 chicken rolls that I had put in earlier from my backpack. These 2 chicken rolls. It is intended to be taken back for little Peter and Aunt May to taste. But since we have encountered Koichi now, no matter what she came to find herself for, Fang Bing thinks he can't miss this great opportunity. Seeking wealth insurance. Passed the chicken roll to Koichi. Koichi took it over. Not like ordinary people. Immediately start wolfing down. But I took a glance before speaking. Not bad. Gu-yi took a bite. Praise was given. Quickly, he also wolfed it down. When she finished eating, the system also prompts that the ability can be extracted. But Fang Bing dare not shift her attention to look at it at all now. At the critical moment of life and death. He doesn't understand Gu Yi's purpose at all now. And the attitude towards oneself. Fang Bing didn't believe that Gu Yi happened to pass by. How could the Earth's Supreme Master be so idle? So many dimensional demons, enemies of the multiverse, all rely on her to resist. Gu Yi finished eating. I don't know where I took out a napkin. Wiped my mouth. Glancing at Fang Bing's on, he said, the taste is good. Just as Fang Bing breathed a sigh of relief. I really thought she was just attracted by the delicious food. Koichi smiled again and said, but this kind of food doesn't belong to this world. When you first came to this world, you didn't have this ability. What did you just get? Fang Bing was momentarily stunned. 2 simple sentences. A lot of information has been leaked. He no longer has any luck in his heart. She knows she's a traveler. She has been observing herself. She can still perceive that the food produced by the system does not belong to this world. Fang Bing doesn't know what to say. But he soon realized. Koichi should have no ill intentions towards himself. Otherwise, when he first crossed over, she can throw herself, still a baby, out of the earth. Since I am allowed to grow up in this world, that doesn't necessarily mean what to do to oneself. As expected by Fang Bing. Seeing him not speaking, Gu Yi spoke again. Don't be afraid, even though your soul doesn't belong to this universe, you can still be considered to have grown up in this universe. I won't take action against you, I just noticed that you have undergone some changes recently and came to take a look. Gu Yi smiled slightly and said. Actually, she didn't tell the truth. 17 years ago, when Fang Bing's soul had just crossed over. As the supreme mage of Earth, Gu Yi immediately discovered. When the dimensional demon god invades, it often sneaks down to Earth like this. She immediately wanted to solve this hidden danger. But I found that this foreign soul had no trace of a demonic aura. Also integrated with a baby. Out of caution. Or pity. Gu Yi didn't solve Fang Bing immediately. Chapter 7. God says to have light. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Gu Yi did not remove Fang Bing from this outsider. But still observing him. Of course. Gu Yi's observation is not about using time gemstones to see the future of Fang Bing. Fang Bing is not from this world. The time gem of this universe cannot see its future clearly. Gu Yi was unable to constantly perceive everything about Fang Bing. So her way of observation is at regular intervals. Take a sneak peek at the changes in the ice below. Observe whether this outsider is good or evil. Is there a possibility of endangering the Earth? The last observation was today. When she dealt with those thugs before Fang Bing. I am already watching. She strongly agrees with the other party's handling of the ice. There is no cruel and bloodthirsty behavior. Although the methods are a bit strange. But it played its rightful role. This indicates that Fang Bing is not an irrational lunatic. It is not dangerous for this world. Originally, Koichi was ready to leave after observing. I have no intention of appearing. The chicken roll is just too fragrant. That's why she couldn't help appearing at the end. For nothing else, just for a bite of this special chicken roll. At the same time, when she secretly observed, she had already discovered that Fang Feng was using a magic tray to make these chicken rolls. But Gu Yi is not too strange. There are many strange magical tools in this world. It's just the first time Gu Yi has seen this magical tool that can make food out of thin air. She personally tasted the chicken roll. It's not just because the chicken rolls are too fragrant. There are also ideas to confirm whether the food made by Fang Bing has any side effects. And now she has confirmed it. The tray of Fang Bing is definitely a masterpiece. Because of the food it produces. Not only delicious. It can also slightly improve physical fitness. This kind of improvement may not be felt by ordinary people at all. But as the Supreme Mage, I have already had complete control over my body. So the moment I ate the chicken roll, this enhancement was instantly noticed by her. Although Gu Yi is very interested in this tray. But as the Supreme Mage, as the Guardian of the Earth, she had no idea of taking it away at all. What Koichi doesn't know is, even if she wants to take it, she can't take it away. The food generator is a system product that has already been bound to Fang Bing. Others simply cannot access and use it. Dear Supreme Master, I have recently acquired the ability to make food, but please rest assured that this type of food is completely harmless to ordinary people. Fang Bing listened to Gu Yi's explanation and felt relieved, answering her question just now. Gu Yi was a bit surprised. Do you know who I am? Fang Bing nodded. Since Gu Yi knows his background, he has expressed goodwill again. He felt that he should also show some strength. An incompetent person is not even worthy of being exploited. At present, it is still important to establish good relationships with top executives like Gu Yi. In my previous world, you only existed in movies and comics. I am aware of the future direction of this world. Gu Yi was not too surprised when he heard this. The existence of the multiverse is not a secret to her. Many of the enemies she fought against came from other multiverse sources. The multiverse is infinite. There are many strange universes that exist. In the multiverse known to ancient times, the Green Giant destroyed the world. Thor, the god of thunder, is a cute girl. Loki is a crocodile. There are also universes without superheroes or special abilities. Then your previous universe must have been very unique. Do you have any plans for the future when you come to this world? Gu Yi finally asked the question he had been wanting to ask for 17 years. Fang Bing was stunned for a moment. Prior to this, when the system is not obtained, his plan is to lie flat and live a good life. Relying on one's own ability to understand the future and avoid those disasters. Make more money. Make more girlfriends. Finally, marry a good girl who is suitable for marriage. Rebirth a few children. Live your life again. Spend a peaceful, stable, beautiful and fulfilling life. But now he has a system. Having special abilities. No need to think that he will soon gain powerful strength. So what about the future? I thought for a while. Shaking his head, he said, what are your plans? First, improve your strength and protect yourself and your family. After all, this world is too dangerous. Gu Yi nodded. This answer is similar to what she guessed. After all, I have been observing for 17 years. She still has some understanding of Fang Bing. The two of them chatted for a while again. She is leaving. If possible, could you use your magic tools to make more food for me to bring back? Fang Bing listens. Get it. My tray seems to have been exposed. This Supreme Master doesn't seem very serious either. A voyeur. But on second thought, I couldn't help but be ecstatic. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Taj Mahal and the three great temples have so many powerful mages. Make more by yourself. When she brings it back. Isn't it about to be posted? No problem. It is my honor to serve the Supreme Master. Say it. Fang Bing didn't cover up anymore. He pulled out a tray in front of Gu Yi. God said, there must be light. The tray began to rapidly display portions of food. Fang Bing is deeply afraid that the Dharma masters of Taj are picky eaters. Various foods have been manufactured. Hamburg, French fries, spring cakes, pizza, instant noodles, cookies, French fries, spicy fries, ham sausages soon. There is a pile of various portable foods on the table. They all have exquisite packaging. The appearance looks no different from the snacks sold in supermarkets. But the strange fragrance that emanated proved that these were not ordinary products. Gu Yi waved his hand lightly. All the food on the table disappeared. Thank you. She circled with one hand. A portal appeared out of thin air. Turn around and prepare to leave. But when she stepped into the door with one foot, she remembered something. Turning his head, he asked, so, was that spell you just said necessary? Chapter 8. Lazy Man Lies Flat. Divine Skill. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Gu Yi has left. Leaving with Fang Bing's answer. Watching the portal disappear before my eyes. Fang Bing finally breathed a sigh of relief. Even if you know that Koichi has no ill intentions towards you. In the face of a powerful existence that can easily solve oneself. He couldn't really relax either. Hurry up and start checking the system. Just now, Gai ate a chicken roll. You can now extract abilities. Gu Yi, the Book of Emperor Wei Shan, is proficient in LV8, and Koichi is well versed in this book, which records the world's most powerful defense against white magic. Portal LV10, she can go wherever she wants. Image space LV10, she can create a different space by waving her hand. Soul body separation LV10, she can separate her soul body and explore the universe with her soul posture. The magic weapon LV10 can transform magical energy into 18 types of weapons. Master level melee fighting LV10, her melee fighting ability has reached its peak. White magic energy LV10, the white magic energy inside her body has become extremely powerful. Black magic energy LV10, the black magic energy inside her body has become extremely powerful. Fang Bing was stunned by Gu Yi's ability. I knew she was very strong. But I haven't had much concept yet. Until Fang Bing saw that long string, with over 100 powerful abilities. I have a clear understanding of the power of Gai, the supreme mage who has protected the earth for hundreds of years. When I watched Doctor Strange in my previous life, Gui got a bento because the special effects were too expensive. Fang Bing now feels that's simply nonsense. He doesn't believe in such a powerful supreme mage. Can fall from upstairs and die. Damn it. Look at their abilities. Soul-body separation. I guess it was also for Doctor Strange to take over at that time. Fake death to play in the world. For Gu Yi, he possesses dark magic energy. Fang Bing is not surprised at all. He already knew. There is no distinction between evil and justice in power. It only depends on who uses it. Of course, Gu Yi's abilities are not limited to these combat abilities. There are also some examples such as proficient in universal language LV10, food tasting LV10, playing the flute LV10, go bang LV10, wait a minute. Although Master Gu Yi is very versatile. But Fang Feng still hoped to draw a combat ability in his heart. Take any one and your combat power will soar immediately. Extract. Congratulations on obtaining Portal LV10. Fang Bing almost jumped up with joy. Not bad, the needle is good. With this portal, There are too many things I can do next. I just don't know the effect. After all, I have never practiced magic myself. There is no magical energy in the body. Glancing left and right. Found no one nearby. Extend your hand and pull. An orange-yellow portal opens in front of me. Across from the teleportation gate is a turbulent sea covered in dark clouds. Wow! A huge wave is coming. Seawater surged in through the portal. If it weren't for Fang Bing's quick reaction, she would definitely have become a drowned rat. Hurry up, and your mind twitched. Close the door. Fang Bing felt it. Discover the abilities extracted by the system. It does not require energy consumption. My spirit is not tired at all. It can be completely released without consumption. And the proficiency level of usage ability starts with LV10, just like GUI. I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief in my heart. When he first drew this ability, I had been worried in my heart. I'm afraid I can't use it without magical energy. After all, when I drew wings on a bird before, I couldn't fly because I didn't have wings. Fang Bing tried to open the portal several times in a row. Discovered opening the portal, although it can be opened without consumption. But you have to imagine the place you want to go in your mind. Or imagine the person you want to see in your mind. You can open the corresponding portal. A place that has never been before. Or someone I have never seen before. It is impossible to open the door. The sea that the first portal led to just now. Fang Bing actually went on a cruise ship with Aunt May and Peter during the summer vacation. I raised my hand and looked at my watch. It's already getting late. It's already dark. I originally agreed to little Peter and Aunt May. I'm going back tonight to prepare a meal for them. It seems too late now. Fang Bing thought for a moment. I took out a food generator again. In an instant. I already have a few more food boxes on hand. Then he carried his backpack on his back. Holding a food box in one hand. One hand slashed open the portal. Step into it. Fang Bing realized that he had indeed arrived near his home in an instant. It's too convenient. This is simply a necessary skill for lazy people to lie flat. I had to have this skill in my previous life. Where are you still using the hard work of 996 and 007? Go directly to deliver the package. Go deliver takeout. Help the construction site move bricks to the brick factory. Counting money until my hands twitch. Fang Bing is back. Fang Bing just pushed open the door. I heard little Peter shouting excitedly inside the room. Hurry up and cook. In order to have this big dinner tonight, I only had half a hamburger for lunch and my stomach is almost empty. Little Peter ran up and grabbed Fang Bing as he walked towards the kitchen. Fang Bing hasn't had a chance to speak yet. He was pulled into the kitchen. I only discovered it when I came in. Originally, Aunt May had already started cooking. Aunt May, stop doing it, there was something that delayed my time today, but I bought some food that tasted even better than what I cooked. Little Peter and Aunt May listened. I don't really believe it. That's impossible. There's no way restaurants in New York can cook better than you. Aunt May hasn't spoken yet. Little Peter started shouting. Don't deceive, don't believe me, give it a try. Fang Bing placed the food box in her hand on the dining table. Open them one by one. Dompa elbow. 9 transformations of the large intestine. Boiled cabbage. Fuchi fipian, sliced beef and ox tongue in chili sauce. There are also a few boxes of sparkling steamed rice. The food has just been prepared. Aunt May didn't even sit well. Little Peter couldn't help it anymore. I grabbed Dompa's elbow, which was overflowing with soup, and started gnawing on it. Peter. Do you have any courtesy? Aunt May was just about to scold Peter for being unruly. But I could smell the aroma of the restaurant's food overflowing. I didn't finish a sentence. Don't worry about blaming Peter anymore. I buried my head and started eating. Chapter 9. You guys are carrying me behind your back. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at my only 2 family members. Eating so happily. Fang Bing couldn't help but laugh. He knew that he had given little Peter the delicious food he had made. I will definitely not be able to acquire the abilities of Spider-Man. Because little Peter is still just an ordinary elementary school monk. Missed the first opportunity to extract 100% ability. In the future, when little Peter becomes Spider-Man, I only have a 1% chance of obtaining his abilities each time. But Fang Bing does not regret it. He came to this world for 17 years. It was Aunt May and little Peter who gave him warmth. It gave him a feeling of being at home. Little Peter grew up as he watched. In order to obtain a 100% random ability in the future. And choose to hide for several years. Not sharing good things with family. Fang Bing cannot do such a thing yet. He was just an ordinary person in his previous life. Even if my personality is a bit dark. But it's not as dark as that. Besides. What if we don't get it now? As little Peter's older brother. When Peter becomes Spider-Man. Feed 10 times a day. Raise him like a pig. Are you still afraid of not getting the ability you want? Fang Bing is sitting there thinking about the future. The system prompt interrupted his train of thought. Little Peter and Aunt May have already finished the same food. We have reached the standard of extraction ability. Fang Bing looked at the system information without any hope. Sure enough. There's nothing useful. Peter Parker has loved jumping since he was young, so fate chose him to become Spider-Man. Peter Parker's level of playing football is comparable to that of the national football team. Peter Parker's 5th grade math grades must be very good. Playing game LV2, Peter Parker's level of gameplay is like picking his feet. Peter Parker won 3rd place in the long jump at the elementary school autumn sports meeting. Fang Bing glanced at it. There is nothing to say. They are too lazy to smoke. Forget it. Let's just smoke. Congratulations on obtaining LV2 for playing games. Okay, I've managed to draw the most useful one. Fang Bing felt that his level of playing games had advanced by 1 centimeter. Then he looked at Aunt May. To be honest. He is quite interested in Aunt May's abilities. Because Aunt May practices medicine. I never talk to them about work when I go home. Extracting ability is a great opportunity to understand. Perhaps a burst of luck can draw a useful ability. Flower arrangement LV5, woman, you can go to the flower shop now. Youth always lingers in LV1, and your appearance will always be 15 years younger than your actual age. She is proficient in dissecting various types of corpses. Autopsy LV7, she can easily identify the cause of death for most of the bodies. She speaks French better than most people. She is skilled in jumping rubber bands. Good guy. That's really a good guy. You two are secretly jumping rubber bands on my back. I looked at the ability of eternal youth again. Fang Bing felt that he had finally found the reason why Aunt May looked so young. No wonder people are almost 40 years old. It looks like a little girl in her 20s. Later on, he reached his 50s. Iron Man, who is the same age as her, has half white hair. She still looks like a pretty woman in her 30s and 40s. I don't know where this talent comes from. Let other women know. I'm afraid I'll go crazy with jealousy. Extract. Give us a perpetual youth. Congratulations on obtaining the autopsy LV7 psi. I didn't get what I wanted. But this can also be considered useful. In the future, you can impersonate a forensic doctor or something. It's better than little Peter's ability to pick his feet in the game. Where did you buy these dishes? They're so delicious. Aunt May has already eaten enough. I have replied elegantly again. She asked Fang Bing curiously. When I came back today, I saw a roadside stall surrounded by many people. I thought it must be delicious, so I bought some. Aunt May was somewhat disappointed when she heard that it was a roadside stall. It's not because of disgust, but because she knows. Roadside stalls like this. They often change places. Or simply sell it for 2 days and quit. Next time you want to buy such delicious food, you may not be able to find a place. Brother, tell me where it is. I go there every day after school to squat and guard. Little Peter finally had enough to eat. Upon hearing Fang Bing's words, he reluctantly asked. A street corner not far from my school, don't worry, I'll definitely buy it for you next time I come across it. Fang Bing smiled and coaxed. The truth cannot be told. Because he doesn't even know where he will set up a stall next time. By the way, Aunt May Peter, let me ask you something. Fang Bing's expression became serious. Sitting upright and speaking. Aunt May and little Peter were both startled. Did you two secretly jump rubber bands on my back? Fang Bing finished asking. I couldn't help but burst out laughing. Little Peter heard the question. Shamefully covering her small face. I don't, you're talking nonsense, I don't know how to jump a rubber band. Aunt May also felt a bit embarrassed at first. Then I couldn't help but laugh. Peter and I once went to the park to play and saw a little girl from Xiaogua who was doing this dance for fun. We learned how to do it, but we didn't expect it to be really fun. Little Peter was afraid that you would laugh at him, so he kept me from telling you. I heard Aunt May expose what I had been hiding for so long. Little Peter felt like he died on the spot. I can't stay in the restaurant anymore. He ran away with his face covered. Ha ha ha. After finishing the meal, Fang Bing returned to her bedroom. Close the bedroom door. Turn on the computer and prepare to play games. But suddenly I remembered that I had something to deal with. Sighed. A box full of cat food flavored plates was dragged out from under the bed. Then I pondered for a moment. Draw a circle with one hand. An orange-yellow portal instantly appeared in the bedroom. There is a garbage collection plant 2 blocks away from home by the door. The teleportation door opened right above the large garbage dump. Pick up the box. Thrown into the portal. Solve it. Close the portal and start masturbating. It's just that Fang Bing didn't notice. There is a person on duty in the garbage collection plant staring at this scene in amazement. Chapter 10. Surprisingly, you are such a gooey. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hello, is that the police department? The NYPD police department's alarm phone rang in New York. Hello, may I ask for any help? The operator asked with a pizza in hand. Someone is using a portal to throw garbage at me. Really? The operator put down the pizza and became serious. Okay, I understand. We'll send professionals to handle it now. Hang up the phone. The operator picked up another dedicated line next to him. Do. Telephone call in progress. Hello, this is the Divine Shield Bureau. Kamataj. Located near Kathmandu on the side of the Himalayas. But if anyone wants to enter from Kathmandu, it is impossible without the permission of the Supreme Master. Because Kamataj does not exist on Earth, but rather an independent space. Quiet room. An orange portal opens directly. Supreme Master Koichi walked out of the door. This is her usual place of cultivation. No one can break in without permission. Sit on the futon. Gui waved his hand. Piles of snacks emitting strange fragrances appeared. She picked up a bag of potato chips. Tear open the pocket. I started enjoying it and started eating it. In no time, a bag of potato chips was eaten. She reached out to get the second bag. But the hand stopped halfway. We need to save some food. As the Supreme Master, we can't go to that kid every day to ask for snacks. Sighed. Pinched a spell with both hands. The time gemstone hanging on the neck began to shine. A time-stationary alien space was quickly created. Wave your hand. All snacks have been stored in a different space. It will never decay. You can eat it any time you want. She also had a warehouse in a different space before, which was used to store some important items. But it cannot stop the passage of time. This time using the time gem is also considered an exception. Gu Yi looked up at the outside. Sighed. This time it's too few, I'll give it to you next time. I'll make sure next time. Fang Bing's expectations completely failed. He never expected that as the Supreme Master Gu Yi, he would still eat alone. Kamatage has so many mages. She didn't even distinguish one. All the snacks were hidden by themselves. Fang Bing Rua knew about this. I'm afraid I'll be so angry that I'll vomit blood. As a supreme mage who has lived for hundreds of years, shouldn't you show the kindness of your elders? Do you distribute those snacks to your disciples and grandchildren when you enter Kamatage? How could you be so selfish? How can you eat alone? Early the next morning. Today is Saturday. The wind and sun are beautiful. Fang Bing played the game in the middle of the night. But he didn't lie in bed at all. I got up early in the morning. It's not because he's diligent, but because he is going to the zoo today. Now his strength is not strong enough. It's probably not easy to play against the American team. Prop. A food generator that allows gods to indulge in their desires, special abilities. Super Reaction LV7, Supervision LV3, Master Fighting LV3, Portal LV10, Auxiliary Skills. Proficient in Russian LV5, Proficient in Japanese LV7, Proficient in Guitar LV8, Autopsy LV7, Fang Bing's current strength is not considered strong. But when it comes to being weak, it also depends on who you compare with. If you play empty-handed against the US team, he is confident that he can surpass the US team in combat skills and reaction speed. But unless you use the teleportation gate to send the American team to outer space. Otherwise, it is unlikely to cause actual damage to the super physique of the US team. Because his strength is not enough. The defense is also insufficient. Just at the level of ordinary people. So Fang Bing went to the zoo today to see if he could solve these shortcomings. After rinsing. Hurry up before little Peter wakes up. Fang Bing left home. Otherwise, when little Peter wakes up, I'm afraid I'll have to bring a mop to go out today. The zoo is not far away. Only a few kilometers. Fang Bing also did not use the portal. Because the people there are very dense. It's daytime again now. The portal is such an unscientific thing that it is easy to discover. Before the strength truly becomes stronger. He doesn't want to expose it yet. Take the bus. Transfer to 2 subway stations. 20 minutes later. Fang Bing has already stood at the entrance of the New York Zoo. I bought a ticket and entered the door. Step straight towards the beast zone. Go feed the elephant first. You can come to the elephant park. Fang Bingkai realized that he was childish. A sea of people. Just in time for the weekend. The weather is nice again. Parents have taken their children to see elephants one after another. How should so many people feed? The zoo does not allow elephants to be fed without permission. Originally, Fang Bing was preparing to ride without anyone noticing. Unleash his reaction speed 7 times that of an ordinary person. Throw the apple in your hand to the elephant's side. But now there are so many people around. This plan was a direct miscarriage. Fang Bing thought for a while. Found a good location. Start observing. I saw the grass inside the fence. A group of elephants are slowly pacing. There are also several little elephants following behind. When Fang Bing saw a large stone behind the grassland, suddenly, a solution came to mind. He quickly left the elephant area. Arrived at the restroom of the zoo. I found an empty single room with a locked door. I scratched a small portal with my fingers in the air. It will also make the apple made of ice slightly larger. Gently insert. At the same time. Behind the large stones in the grassland of the elephant area on the other side. In blind spots where the crowd cannot see. An orange-yellow portal quietly appeared. An apple rolled out of the door. The mini portal disappeared unnoticed. The elephant, who was originally taking a walk on the grass, quickly lost its composure. Start sniffing your nose left and right. Quickly, an elephant found behind the stone. Click. Adult elephant absorbs water LV5, this elephant can use its nose to bathe itself. Hard-skinned LV1, this elephant has thick skin that cannot be cut with a blunt knife. Playing with mud LV7, this elephant loves playing with mud very much. Elephant power LV10, this elephant has a tremendous power of 1,000 pounds. Matchmaking LV8, this male elephant has excellent mating skills and is highly attractive to the female elephant.